time for another tier list. This time using Archero to gears. Now we can go ahead and arrange these items by its set, and by that means like doing this. If one of them is at C tier, then all of the other rest of the set is at C tier. So this is dragon set. We can do that kind of grading, groups by groups, and by that means the entire 5 sets will be going to a specific rarity together and how they perform as a group. But since we love you and we really want you to be able to make a decision on your own and what items really is good, specifically and individually, we'll be doing a tier list depending on the individuality of each and single gear item. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start with the Oracle stuff. So the Oracle Spear over here, the best weapon for PvE currently is this one, and yeah, a lot of ones, pretty good actually. But the worst S tier weapon for PvP. All of the other gears, all of the weapons, actually all of the S weapons, we're gonna put this all here on the S tier. Why? That's how good they are. They work well in their own way. We have the dragoon. Where's the Griffith Claw? Is this the Griffith Claw? I think we're missing a few items here actually. Oh, this is the Griffith Claw. It looks like shoes. Are you fighting with someone with your shoes? I'm not. Alright, you know, whatever. There's actually only 3 S tier weapons in the game. And by S tier, I mean this kind of S tier, not this S tier. Anyways, all the weapons, they go into the S tier. But Oracle is one of the worst, actually. No. This is worse because it's close range and difficult to use. We were doing the Oracle. What are we doing with the others? Okay, I'm sorry. Next is the Oracle Amulet. We're going to do the Oracle set first. Oracle Amulet goes to S tier because the combo passive provides a 20 to 32% damage increase, and the extra bit of crit damage is a pretty nice touch. And next is our Oracle Ring. Actually, the Oracle Ring can go here, right below the helmet. We'll explain why the helmet later. The extra attack speed allows you to stack combo quicker. So what stack combos quicker? So that's a pretty good touch when it comes to, you know, sets, but we're talking about individuality actually. Anyways, Oracle Helmet, one of the best pieces of the set when you have everything maxed out. Why am I still talking about sets? I mean to be done individuality. I really just want to say that word sometimes. Anyways, the combo gain can be useless if you aren't even stacking enough crit, but again, this as a single thing is still pretty good. The helmet, I mean, and this as well. We might have to like do some of the rest. Actually, we'll do random ones like this magic staff directly an A tier. You might be surprised why is it non-S tier weapon or almost an A? Well, because the best non-S tier weapon in Archero 2 for PvE. Lots of buffs. Let's go ahead, and the legendary tree weapons base stats are increased by 20%. And basically it's just a weapon. All the weapons in this game are high in the tier list. Why? Because they're your main source of victory. Without the weapons, you're just walking around until you like unalive. But with all the weapons or any single weapon, that's your chance to victory. That's your chance to reach to the next level. Okay, alright, never mind. Next one is our Griffith Claw. I may have said all the weapons deserve to be an A and S tier, but you know, I think in some cases you may rather want to unalive than actually use this weapon. But that's pretty much up to you. If you want to like sacrifice your mentality and your psychological health, that's on you. If you want to use this skill, that's on. Dragon Chestplate. Right there, one of the best pieces of gear for PvE in Archero 2. Are we done with the Oracle set or not? Okay, we're gonna go continue the Oracle set. This might be the Oracle set. Yeah, it's this one. We also have this one. Okay, let's just put the word. That's not final. Okay, that's not final. We're just putting it up there so that we know what we're going to deal with. This one, the extra diagonal arrows can be massive if you get tracking shot. So this gives you extra 2 diagonal arrows for every 5 combos. That's pretty good. B tier, because one of the least important parts of the Oracle set. We're talking about sets again. Oh no. But the DPS on the boss increase isn't really that relevant. So the buffs and passive this gives isn't really that high, especially for an S tier. The effort you give to get this isn't really that worth of what you get back. So it goes lower the more effort you give and the lesser it gives you back. So B tier. Yeah, B tier. We also have this guy. The boots go directly in A tier. The extra crit damage, always good. Why not? You know, A tier. Whenever it's all about damage, that goes high in the list. Unless, you know, it's really just unnoticeable. Alright, Dragon set is next. Amulet of the Dragoon. I'm not sure if it's Dragoon or Dragon because there's 2 O's. I'm pretty sure that's Dragoon. Dragoon. Anyways, Dragoon set, as an individual, they're not that great because, you know, it pretty much needs to work together to actually become good, because it has very little reason to upgrade it, most of them, because, you know, it's basically just simple buffs and the high rarity doesn't really do that much of a difference. But some of these does go higher in the list, like the boots. Why? Because it's in the extra dodge can really come in clutch, especially in PvE and PvP, so both ways of the game modes. And oh wait, we're done with the Dragoon set. Alright, that's cool. We're going to the next set, which is the Griffith set. We're done with the Claw. Always top tier, S tier, great stuff over there. We're gonna put the chest plate in the S tier with our helmet because of its good stuff. Actually, with the... No, that goes to A tier. We haven't explained these ones yet. Okay, the necklace goes there because the borderline useless in PvE, because the most it's only extremely good even on epic fusion level. PvE, why? Because of the counter with 2 times damage to nearby monsters. Attack power only plus 10%. So you don't really need stuff like this in your PvE. There are definitely better stuff you can choose other than this if you're going individually, but these are really good if you match them together as a set. I sometimes talk about these sets as them together because they're just, you know, they're really meant to be put together. You can't just use a single one and to expect it to be that OP. But anyways, moving on, the ring, Griffith ring, extra crit goes directly to the A tier because it's not just a simple extra kit like 1% additional. It's actually a noticeable amount of difference. And the boots, why is it there? That's boots also looks like the Griffith claw. And look at this. How does it look like claw? Alright. Alright, the boots go there because it has a very good DPS increase as well. So anything damage related always goes up in the list. Alright, finally, moving up a notch to our Echo set. We already did the beam, 8 here. That's pretty good. Next is our amulet. The amulet is pretty good. It does give a fist 20+% damage boost on legendary, but that's pretty far, kind of hard. The rank you need to get that is kind of far, so we may need to lower that down a notch up to the B tier. Next is our Echo Ring. Now, only works with the Oracle Spear and Beam Stab. The extra bit of attack speed isn't really that amazing and one of the worst gear pieces in the game. So we're gonna go ahead and put this Echo Ring in the lowest set of B. Alright, next one is our Echo Armor. Only works with the Oracle Spear. Actually, Echo Armor and the Echo Crown these only work as a set. So, these are one of the worst skills in the game as an individual. So we're not gonna be putting them higher on the list anytime soon. And our echo boots, these are cool. The extra dodge is good for PvE, so it's not really useless as a single thing, especially since it's not an S tier like these ones. So you can get it early on, so it's still pretty good. But next is our destruction set, starting with the heroic longbow. It's right below there, but its other counterparts go straight here, starting with this one. Why? That's not the heroic set. I'm sorry, I meant this one. That's not going there. Actually, it's going here. Can help with clearing mobs, but one of the worst gear pieces in the game because the buffs doesn't really do much of a difference. Again, most of these stuff doesn't really do much actually. So this, we might actually have to skip the destruction set because there's nothing really to talk about when it's not that good, except for the chest plate. Really, this is one of the best non-S tier armor because the extra survivability on legendary is actually kind of good for PvP. So as you can see in legendary, you can gain one flame shield that lasts for 10 seconds. When damaged, it shatters and explodes upon being hit again. So that's actually kind of a good thing to have, especially on a non-S tier item. So that's actually gonna to throw it up directly catapulted from D tier to A tier because of that singular ranking buff in legendary level. Alright, next one. Our last 4 items is from the decisiveness test set, which is matched with this guy. Oh no. Alright, first one is the amulet of destructiveness. The legendary passive is actually kind of good, so it counters with 2 times damage to nearby monsters. And it's very rare to actually see a 2 times buff in this game, so that's going pretty high, but it's not really always. You get the multiple damage buff. It only happens when it's a counter to nearby enemies anyway. But the last 3 over here may have to just go ahead and stick to the C tier. Again, normal base stats, not really those special passive and skills you can get because it's pretty much just non-S tier, so you can't really expect much from it. And lastly, our ring of decisiveness. The extra bit of crit is a bit nice, especially since it's just this as a individual item. So we're going to put that on our B tier. Probably one of the first things you'll get as a starting player, which can help you a lot in the long run, I mean. And eventually you'll probably just throw it away for something better, but it's gonna be there for you at the start. Alright? You always gotta appreciate the things you get in the beginning, because without them, you won't have an end. Wait, is that a good thing? Alright, that's pretty much it. Oh, we don't need to arrange this. This is actually pretty good already. Yeah, it's perfect in my eyes. In your eyes as well, in all of our eyes. Okay, I'm maybe getting a bit dramatic. I apologize for that. My teeth hurts. But if you agree with this tier list, maybe it can help you with your decisions in the future, with your gear set tier list creating journey in Archero 2. Maybe you're now like, oh my, this is so cool, I should be doing this instead of that. Thanks, creator. Go ahead and like and subscribe if it does do all that and it does help you. And if it doesn't, maybe you can still do it. Like and subscribe, please. It does help us with the channel and our videos and our community. But anyways, that's all for this video. Yeah, thank you.